Welcome back everyone to this brand new build. In this one we're going to be working on this. Okay, so this is the Cardassian Gaylor model, but I had 3D parts ordered here to turn it into a Keldon-class warship. So this, you see here, the Gaylor, and then this, it's going to look like this in here. So that's what it's being turned into. Now I've also got Aztec decals to go with the model. So it looks pretty good. That's all right. So going over the trees here, doesn't seem to be any parts missing. There's not a whole lot of parts to this model to begin with. It's going to be a short build. Okay, looks pretty good. Everything's there, nothing missing. Good. So this is going to be the fun part here too. So you see, that's the only thing that's going to be different about this is if there were windows in here, it's going to be pretty hard because the whole thing is really thick. It's pretty heavy too. So I can't put windows in that. It looks like there are windows on the tops up here. So it might work here. Nope, it won't work there either. How about this part? Nope, it's all solid. Okay. All right, so it doesn't look like I'll be able to put windows on these parts unless I drill it out, hollow it out, and then put windows in there. Maybe that would work. I don't know. So let's see here. We got first thing I want to do is get everything primed here that needs to be primed, except for the clear parts, obviously. Don't need to worry too much about. Well, I'll prime this too, so when I get the other final coat on there, it'll look good. And then prime the inside and then chrome silver it, or you could do a black interior. It depends on how much light you want to come through the windows. It all depends on you, what you want. And you can see a lot of windows in here. I got to drill those out separately. So actually I'm going to drill out the windows first, then get the painting done, and that should look good. And just keep going like that until I get them all done. Alright, so all the windows are all done now. Everything looks good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these two side pieces. I'm going to glue them into place here. Get them in place. There's no reason to have them apart. So I'm going to get that done now. And when the glue dries, like all the cracked areas here, I'm going to chrome silver it when I spray it, so no light leaks through. Another thing I'm going to do is all these areas here where the plastic's built up, I got to cut that out so it'll let the light through, and a point here where the light comes through. And over here and here, light comes through. And there are 2 points on the back, like back here. I'm gonna cut those out and replace those with LEDs on the back, there and there. And same with the bottom on here and here, because all that is lit up as well. Okay, so while that sets, I have to let the glue dry before I can do any painting. I'm going to put these two parts together. I'm going to use this weld bond to put them together. Just cleaning up the hole here. Okay, not too bad. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to trim out the areas where the plastic needs to be removed. Alright, so we got looks so good there, and I put putty in here so there's no join line on both sides there. That's good. I put putty in the cracks that were in here, so that's all closed in. And I got points drilled out here, on there, on both sides, there, and back here, for where it's being lit up as well. I'm not sure if these on the wingtips are flashers or navigation lights, if they flash or if they're just on. I'll have to look at some video of this class of ship. And there's a point on the side here where I have to drill out yet for more lighting. And I think I'm just about done for all the drilling. Okay, so I looked at online studio model photos, and I added the windows along the bottom here and along the outer edge up here, and I added more windows on the bridge section here. Looks better, looks pretty close to the studio model. So I think this thing is pretty much ready for painting now. So I'm going to be using this Vallejo black base for the paint. Now the black I'm going to find is it'll help for the main paint to stick to the plastic, but also give the model a little bit of depth, because when you see when I put the final coat on here, a little bit of the black is going to come through. That's the effect that I want. So we're going to do the bottom of this, bottom of those. The rest of this is pretty much ready. Just going to let this all set now. Overall looks really good. Not too bad. Looks good. And I'm going to be using this wood deck tan for the final color, and it's going to be with Tamiya and chrome silver on the insides. Once I paint the inside first with the black, and we are doing well. Okay, looks really good. Got some nice thick coating in there. It's not too bad, looks good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the final coat of paint on them now. And yeah, good. And I'm using this Tamiya wood deck tan, because it is a tan color for the hull. And this is the hull color that closely matches the studio model the best. I don't really need to worry too much about this area up here because this here is going on top. So I just need to do the other sides of these. Other than that, these ones here are all done. Got a little bit of dark coming through the paint as well. Looks good. I like it. It's not too bad. Looks very nice. It's gonna look pretty good. Now these here I didn't darken or lighten, use the paint fully on these because these are going to be a totally different color. This is all a different color. Once this paint sets, it's gonna look really good. Right on. It's coming together. Alright, so I got these all painted up now. Looks good. I didn't the only one I did on the outside was this in here. I had to put the copper on there. And on these ones here, it's a mixture of yellow and red. And these ones here I painted on the inside as well as that. Looks pretty good. But looks good. Alright. Now the painting of all the parts here looks pretty good. Not too bad. So I've been following along with the instructions on the paperwork, and I've been checking photos of the studio model online as well. Looks pretty good. Now for these clear parts here, I'm gonna have some of that white like rice paper stuff in behind it, so you won't be able to see the actual LED lighting it up. Plus it'll help to diffuse the light a little bit more for these areas here. That looks good. Not bad at all. Alright. Now I want to get these pieces here on the back here. So this goes on here like this. Now you see I had to shave off a part of the vent there up to this point to allow for this to fit. So what I need to do is I'm going to drill a couple of holes, one there and one there, and then I have to drill corresponding holes in here and put little plastic I don't know, dowels or something that'll adhere to in here, just to give it an added base to stick this thing on rather than just gluing it. The risk is just too high for just snapping off. So I gotta figure out where I want to put those holes and get it drilled in there. There we go, 4 there. Got points there where I'm going to be doing the drilling. Okay, let's get that done. Okay, now to get an accurate point here for this, I'm just going to paint the tips here and then take this and press it against it, and it should give me the spacing that I need. There we go. Alright. Okay, so one side here I just need to trim down just a little bit, make it a little bit thinner to fit inside the holes here. And yeah. Alright, so I got a little bit longer ones here, something a little bit more to work with. So I got all the ends here thinned out a little bit more so that they fit into the holes here. I'm just going to put those in place. I'm just going to let that set. Wait till that dries. Then I can put them in place there. So I'm going to work on the other side now and do the same thing. There we go. Just gotta let those set and then I can put them in place. Now to light the main body, I'm going to be using 5mm whites. It's going to be powered by a 9-volt power supply. I guess what I'm going to do is have like a row of LEDs pointing in each direction and also pointing up to light up the upper areas here. They will probably come back till about this point here, all lit up with LEDs, and another LED pointing this way towards the front. Yeah, and then I got LED to put in for the bridge section here. I'll put them in the bottom here, probably like a couple of LEDs just pointing up and pointing along the sides and towards the back. And of course red LEDs for the impulse engine on the back here, as well as here and here, and then these areas here, red LEDs. These are all going to have to be capped off so that no red interferes with anything else. Actually, maybe I can leave them white, because these are pretty colored up the way I want it. Yeah, I'll just leave them white. So it should be quite fine. All right. So I got the window maker in there now. It'll dry clear, so it won't look like that. And there are flashers on the model. You can see this point there where I marked, and then on the tips on both sides, flash. And then we got a point right here where there's a flasher. Navigational light. So I'm just going to drill holes to those. I'm going to use the 2mm 0.020 mil fiber optic line for those areas. Before I get on with that, I'm going to get these items in place here on the back. Melted that on there. That is not coming off. Not too bad. Looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to get the bottom part of the bridge section on here and then drill a hole from the bottom of that into the body of the ship. Let the glue dry. Let that set. Okay, now back on the ends here, you see on this point here on both sides, same with the bottom part, on both top and bottom. I'm going to cut these out because these top sections light up. You can see I cut those areas out of there. Now I'm going to drill a hole on both the top and bottom. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use a 3 mil LED and put it in as close as I can on either side. Just a white one. And then the tips over here, I'm just going to use my window maker. Let me just put little daubs on there. And that should do the trick for that. Okay, so I got the clear parts in place there now. Got the coverings for the impulse engines on in place there, and up here. Now I had to makeshift this part here. It was missing in the kit, so I had to do up a rough one here. Just got to paint that up, so it'll look like it was meant to be there. It's this piece right here, that goes there. Well, that is it for this episode, everyone. The next one, we are going to be installing all the lighting. Please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. If you have any questions or you want me to do commission work for you, contact me at epic.models@gmail.com. See you all again later. Bye-bye.